Well, hello. How are we all doing today? I know it's been a minute since I stopped by to say hello. I'm sitting here reading something that I'm going to share all the details with you about. While you all join the room, we have breaking news today. And this is just the news that we've been waiting for. This is the news of the potential tipping point that could have been a major catastrophe. Many times people just don't want to follow the rules. You sign up for a platform, even if it's Instagram, there's rules, there's a protocol, there's how it impacts others. So that is something that we will be discussing. But before that, how about this? Right here, Liz Flint put this book together celebrating the 50th anniversary. And ironically, hi Jeff, how are you? I'm glad you're here because you're going to want to hear this one. Liz was one of my very first pen pals when I was still living in Pennsylvania. And oh, Jeff, does this sound good? I forgot to totally check if my earbuds were connected. Give me a hit on that. When I was living in Pennsylvania and I wanted to get into the industry, back then, of course, you know, no internet. What you had to do was you had to hire photographers, have the photos printed, mail them to California, and then wait. And the mail rooms in California would have envelopes and envelopes from all over the world. And at that time, Liz was working at Hustler, and Liz, thank you Jeff, appreciate that. Liz was on the other end of me for 2 years, trying to get into the industry and mailing my photos to California, waiting for the phone call, talking with Liz, going back and forth. And so I can remember my first week being in California. I just couldn't wait to meet her. And now let's flash forward from the early 90s to now, where this Saturday, Tara Patrick and I will be hosting the Q&A for that very special person. That is Liz Flint. We're gonna host for Liz and help all of you with a Q&A this Saturday night in New York City. We will be at the Hustler Club. That's where Liz is doing. Liz is doing a full tour. You can follow her. I tagged her in my story so you would know. This is awesome, and what a full circle moment. If you can imagine how much I feel about, you know, going back to that time when I was still wondering what it would be like to be in California, to now, so many years later, still having a relationship with Liz and being able to help her out by being there with Tara and a bunch of other friends to support this coming Saturday night. What's up, Christian? Great to see you in here. So, the big news, this is big news, but the even bigger news is, did someone get banned from OF? You can purchase this book online. You can purchase it at all the Hustler stores. Many of the Hustler stores are now available for you through different platforms like Postmates. Is it Postmates? I'll tell you which one it is because I have it. DoorDash. You can now get Hustler products. So if you were late night, you needed some supplies, you can get them. So check out where you can get this book. Just search Liz Flint Hustler 50th anniversary book and get that. Okay, so someone got banned from OF today, and this has been a thorn in my side, and some of you may have seen me mention it back in March. I said, when can we hawk to a Bonnie Blue? When can we just hawk to a Bonnie Blue? Truly miss Hawk Tua. Thought her whole thing was amazing. Didn't love how it ended. Glad that she's back with her podcast. Okay, wild little ride for Hawk Tua, who was totally harmless in this situation. Poor, what's going on? But Bonnie Blue is now banned from OF. The statement was because of the things that were violations of the terms of the policies of the platform. If OF did not take this stand to protect the other creators on the platforms, everything that Bonnie was doing was so incredibly illegal and not to the protocols and the standards in the United States for distribution, it risked the entire site. And to me, I put a period of time. It's not a magazine, it's a book. It's just the 50th anniversary book. It's just a book. It's not a magazine, it's a book. See? Book. Go to bookstore, go online, search, book. What could happen is one person could cause a risk that could take everything away from everybody. Credit card processors can be going and saying, hey, we're not gonna allow charges. Look what Pornhub has gone through. I mean, the hub is done. It's absolutely done, and rightfully so, because if you're not following the rules and you're not protecting others and you're not doing those things, I already have 2 books out, Doc. I don't know where you've been, but you can get both of my books on Amazon. You can Google The Life and The Life Back. You can also check them out on my store, Shop Lisa Ann. So that's shoplisaann.com. And again, 2 books, but let's go back to this. This is groundbreaking because yesterday Sophia Rain put a message out on X stating how this was definitely an issue and creating a circus, turning the entire platform into a circus. And what was interesting was reading the thread and how many people had horrible things to say, and Sophie's perspective was incredible. But what's so, Cureball, you're getting on my nerves. You know that already. No, I'm not opening the book. You can order the book, okay? You can order the book. But what was interesting about it was when Sophie was mentioning it, she was just discussing how this affects the female creators. But this also affects the men. When you think about the fact that Bonnie never paid any of her male performers. So, that's completely illegal in the business because there has to be a release and there has to be a mutual exchange of funds for producing content. That's the laws. So she wasn't paying any of them, and she was causing them an incredible amount of trauma. She was also causing a lot of people in the industry trauma, and she was turning everything into just this freak show of a thing. Now, we're glad that this puts a stop to it, but at the same time, there's going to be a wake. It's kind of like a skipping rock, and I use this analogy a lot in life. You throw that rock in, you're going to create waves. Lisa, Sophie wasn't doing boy girl. I absolutely know everything about Sophie. I absolutely love Sophie. It has nothing to do with what Sophie was doing. Sophie said the right things. Sophie came out and said, this is making this look like a circus. This is awful. Sophie did all the right things as she's continued to do all the right things. She's an incredible earner, incredible creator, and to protect her space is incredibly important. So somebody said to me, check your direct messages. That is something I do not do. The only places I check my direct messages are on paid platforms. If you'd like to message me, I do message and do video calls on Subs. That's subs.com. So here we are talking about this. So the value in this is now let's let the other dominoes fall. Who else will be next in this? We have some gray areas. It's starting to become a topic about, the Bop Houses, right? I love watching the Bop House content. Don't get me wrong. I love watching it on TikTok. I love watching it, but there is no doubt that there's a lot of gray areas on what is happening, okay? You cannot have minors in a house where you create content. That is, no one under 18 can be present while you are creating content. A content house has to be 18 and up. So there's that. We have a lot of young people in this space with these creators through these Bop Houses, which it's just swift roles, but it's no different than it was many years ago with men in grooming, and now we have women in grooming. The Bonnie thing was right here for me. Let's see what else really kind of comes down after that, because there has to be a full layer cleanse, because there has to be some risk that is pressing up against the platforms because of the illegal activity that has been allowed to go on. So when you think about just seeing that one, now I know there was her ex-best friend, I think her name was Lily. Lily was also doing it, and I saw another one. This has become kind of a little bit of a thing. I think it's like a clickbait, shock value, a kind of crazy thing. But we will see where this kind of goes to next. It's important to understand that these creators creating risk. Sorry about it, Charlie, you're out of here. I forget that when I do afternoon live streams at this time here in the US, it's a very different time in other countries, and so people are a bit more aggressive than at normal times. But this was a conversation that I really wanted to have, because I think it's important for everybody to understand there are laws in creating content and there are safety protocols put in place for a reason. And I think it's really great to not be enabling that type of content, because I worry about the mental health of all of the men that were involved in these scenes. What you don't realize is those types of scenes will be considered in their minds as somewhat of trauma. There'll be different sounds, smells, and things that trigger them, and that will affect their wellness moving forward. The darkness of this and the cloud that it puts over everything that's under that darkness is very intense. As it's laughable, and as the Post does stories about it, all these little, janky little news networks do stories, it's clickbait, right? We love watching it. Everybody loves the clickbait. But at the same time, clickbait or not, it became a reality that really was jarring. And I was really, really proud of how many women creators in the industry came out and said, hey, this is just not what this is about. This is not a circus. This should not be this way. Also, it's absolutely illegal to create any kind of adult content where participants are masked. And the reason that is because you can't match facial features with their identification. So you can't tell if they are of legal age. So that is a huge, huge issue as well. And in all of these group scenes, the men had their faces covered. That violates the laws, and that also violates the policies of the platforms. More than anything, the laws that have been put in place so many years ago are not something that are discussed and talked about now. And so it really is a great moment to know that this company, OF, came out and said, hey, we're not going to pin our other creators up against this. This person is not following it's just really following the protocols of the platform. It's kind of like on Instagram. You can't put something wildly crazy up because you're going to lose your page, right? So it's really about following the protocols of all the platforms. And so now we have someone that we knew was an aggressive violator of the terms of the platform. And now that someone is gone from the platform. So let's see where this person can make money. There's no way to legally distribute any of that content onto DVD, so you know. There's no way it can be broken up into pieces and sold under other sites, so you know. No one would be able to take it because of the masks and the fact that AI would not be able to scan IDs and match those IDs with those faces. So Lily and Bonnie started this trend. Okay, you see a lot of girls doing it, but trust me, once they know that they're not going to be able to do it on their platform, and once they know that they're not going to be able to profit off of it anymore, all you got to do is cut them off of the profit. And once they can't have that profit, then they will no longer be doing it. So we can see this trend go away as quickly as it arrived. Sadly, I wish Hawk would have lasted longer, and I hope that she really has a rise again. So I saw a couple comments in there. Just got my hair done today, so nice and straight and super shiny. Asked about a breast reduction. Yes, I had my implants removed back in March. I am living in my own body for the first time since I was 18 years old. No after factory parts. I feel incredibly healthy and amazing, and I'm very excited about it. It's been great. I see some of you asking about events. I loved Hawk Tuah. I love when Hawk Tuah threw out that first pitch at the Mets game, because the next day all I wanted to do was get up super early, and and listen to all the old baseball heads be like up in arms. Somebody says they can work on Telegram always, and it's not good. Actually, they cannot work on Telegram. So, Telegram is also under investigation, and you understand that the creator of Telegram was in prison for a period of time, was released. It was a country line thing coming into France, but Telegram is now being monitored, and it is the same as everything else. So everyone that out there still thinks that Telegram is what it was 6 months ago is not paying attention to the news and not following what's going on. Telegram, like WhatsApp and like TikTok, also have access to every single piece of data in your phone. Not just your contacts, not just your photos, but every single piece of data. So for those platforms, you're always better having two phones and putting those all on a secondary phone. I don't have anything like the phone that has my important stuff and my banking and all my emails and all that is one phone, and then my phone that has all of the stuff that allows those platforms to go directly into your phone and take out all of your information, passwords, everything. So I pay attention to all of that. So you might not be paying attention to that, and you might be done too. Ava's having it done too. Oh, that's so exciting, Jeff. I should reach out. You mean Ava Adams? I have to reach out to her and say hello. Hello, Abio. Also, I saw, I do run a library on OF of all of my catalog, my library in the industry. That is me. if it matches this name, it is mine, because all of my platforms are The Real Lisa Ann. I did retire from the industry years ago and now live a full and active life doing a ton of other things. So there'll be no new content, sorry about it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for enjoying my AI digital duplicate on Joy, because she loves to talk, and she loves to talk spicy, and she loves to have fun, and you can ask for photos, and soon you're gonna be able to ask for video, and that's all at Joy AI. I'm so thrilled to have a digital duplicate that can handle all the legwork of all the things that I don't wanna do. I don't wanna talk to people that are creepy anymore. She does all of that. I don't wanna talk to anybody. She does all of that, but no, it's not a scam over there. This guy says he'll give you $400,000 for one night. Write to me. Okay, buddy. You don't have that kind of money, and even if you did, you wouldn't have that kind of access. But what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna help you out a lot. I'm gonna block you now because anybody that is trying to get into any sort of human trafficking or any illegal activities on my platforms, I do ban, and you do know that this is an illegal activity. So good for you, you're out. We got to get another one out. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll get through all of those because we're caught up. Okay, he's away. I didn't know, I didn't even see that. Yeah, oh no, I already blocked that person. Jeff got it. Dad joke of the day. Thank you, TJ, I forget. Okay, so I saw Air Watts was really persistent. Sent the who you got in the finals probably 45, 50 times. I shouldn't even really answer it, because what that is I'm actually not gonna answer it. I'll wait till another time. When you see that somebody is engaging in a conversation, and all you want to know is that one thing that's important to you, it's a sign of an obsessive disorder, and I totally understand. So I'm taking a break from podcast appearances, so don't even ask again. Sorry about it. So what that shows is just an upset. The Real Lisa Ann is me. It's the same as this address, The Real Lisa Ann. Buddy, relax, okay? So what it shows is that, like, you don't care about anybody but yourself, and you're just demanding on that one question. And I see it and I ignore it because I'm trying to have a fluid thought. And so I wanted to have that conversation. I really wanted to discuss the Bonnie Blue situation. I really wanted to shout out the fact that OF really took that stand. And not only was she violating the rules, but it was also very upsetting to other creators. It sets a standard that most people will never be able to keep up with. So would I be going up the Italian pod? Thank you so much. I'll be back to doing podcasts down the road. Okay, so it's okay, Air Watts, but I'm not going to answer the question now, just so that you have an understanding that I see everything that's happening, but you should allow me the space to have a conversation on my socials. It shouldn't be everyone gets to yell at me and bark things at me, and that I have to sit here and rapid fire answer questions. You should want to actually enjoy to hear me. I don't do lives much anymore, so when I come on here, you can enjoy it. But if you're that needy and demanding, and you're just going to keep asking your same question, that says a lot about you. I appreciate you apologizing, but maybe you should dig deep. Maybe this weekend you should write this down today on a Post-it and think, do I do this to other people? This might be pushing people away in your life. This might be something you can work on. Every week I find one thing that I can work on, and I always have it on a Post-it. And then over the weekend, I really think about how many times I did that thing during the week, how I could get better at it, and how I can improve, because I want people to want to communicate with me. And so you should want people to want to communicate with you too. When you push people away, they don't want to communicate with you. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna ask for them to be a summer theme. By the way, ChatGPT was down yesterday for a couple hours, and it was tragic. Let's see what we got back here. Oh, I just saw that Paul Thomas passed away. It's Creeper City, Scott, because it's this time of the day. And it's a different time of the day in other country. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's super creepy, but Scott, this is what we love about subs, is that we can have a really nice conversation and not have to deal with all of this. But I wanted to come on here today. Okay. I've got a dad joke, and it's perfect. I actually got a couple, but I like the first one the best. Thank you, chat. First one, are you ready? Do you ever go to Memory Hotel, fans? Oh, Memory Hotel is no more. It closed last year. Where have you been? Okay, so why did the sun go to school? Okay, this is your dad joke. This is your dad joke. This is your dad joke. There's so many creepers in here. Man, you're all so freaking creepy. For my friends that are in here that aren't creepy, the 5 of you, maybe 10, I'm gonna say this right now. Do you ever just want to like swim in hand sanitizer after you watch me do one of these things? Because these dudes are so gross. I do all the time. I also understand that it must just be a dark place, right? This is what you're doing. No, I'm not meeting fans anymore. I'm not doing live events. I'm not doing personal appearances. I'm done with all of it. You can go and talk to my digital duplicate at Joy AI. She is so into you. I despise you. I think you're creepy AF, okay? Okay, so we're back to the joke. Why did the sun go to school? Why did the sun go to school? This is the joke. It's a dad joke. Why did the sun go to school? Why did the sun go to school? All right, I'm not answering a fantasy football question, so you can just leave it at that. But, all right, is anyone going to answer my joke? Why did the sun go to school? This is the joke. Jeff, who has an answer? Ari just says, why? Nobody has an answer. Okay. Why did the sun go to school? Are you ready? To get a little brighter. You get it? Why did the sun go to school? To get a little brighter. Okay, that was so funny. All right, to grow up? No, but to get a little brighter. See, it was. If I would have let it go a little bit longer, you guys would have gotten it. I know you would have gotten it. Well, listen, I am so thankful that you... Okay, let me rephrase that. I am thankful that some of you showed up today. Did I hear? Okay, wait a minute. My dad joke to you. Did you hear the joke about the paper? I did not. Did you hear the joke about the paper? Nope. Give me the answer. Did you hear the joke about the paper? Okay. We're waiting. I have no idea. Cheer up, Lisa. How do you make your teeth so you take very good care of them? Dad joke. Okay, so don't forget, 50th anniversary. This book was just put out by Liz Flint. That's the late Larry Flint's wife. And Tara Patrick and I. It's terrible. That's so great. That's Tara. I'm writing that down for Tara. She'll love that joke. Paper, terrible. Okay, that's a great joke. I wrote it down for Tara. So this Saturday night, the Hustler Club in New York City, Tara Patrick and I will be hosting a Q&A for Miss Liz Flint herself. Someone says, do I work out? Oh, I don't know. Do I work out? I don't know. I mean, I think I got some guns on me, right? I've been working out a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I've been training really hard since I had surgery. I've been training. I got maybe 2 or 3 months of this dedication till I'm shaped back to how I want to be. But I'm sticking with it 7 days a week, very dedicated, feeling healthy and feeling amazing. Thank you for the dad joke. I appreciate some of you. We've got this book that you can look up. Liz Flint will be selling it. I have my signed copy right here. And Liz wrote, to Lisa Ann, thank you for helping making this book a reality. Love Liz Flint. I look forward to seeing her on Saturday. I look forward to seeing Tara as well. Have a great rest of your day, everybody in here. I like to remind you to do a good deed. Always like to remind you to do a good deed. For so many of you in here, doing a good deed would be working on your communication skills and understanding that if one person is sitting here and there's messages coming up every millisecond, so I get between 90 and 100 messages a second, to think about your questions. I would search where you can get the books. You can get the book, I know, at all of the Hustler stores. I know that I am hosting a Barnes & Noble event in San Antonio with Liz next weekend. Next Friday night, that is Friday, June 20th, I will be at the Barnes & Noble in San Antonio, Texas with Liz Flint. So this Saturday in New York City, and then next Friday in San Antonio, I will be chilling with Liz. And I will be, I don't know why I stopped to answer that. I'll make sure I put on the flyer so you know everything. Somebody asked how old I am. I am 53 years old. So here I am. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Remind you all to just creep a little bit less. You're just putting it out there. I don't know why you want to market the creepiness. I don't know why you want to be creepy. I'll never understand. But until, I will never understand. I'm 53, Ari. You know I'm 53. I will not be in Houston. I will be in San Antonio. So recapping, if you want to do a video call, be a member, get a message that is subs, go to find me, The Really Sam. All of my links are in my link in bio. So if you go to my bio, you'll find my bookstores. You'll find my books on Amazon, the audio books, my podcast, my YouTube channel. Everything you need is right there for you. So just give that little link a tap and have a great rest of your day.